Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time. Some of you on your way from work, checking in with us tonight. My name is Linda Bird Poller, and I'm so excited to have you with us here tonight. We're going to talk about our Masters of Science in Human Resource and Organization Development. And this is for us just a passion and a love. We do this work because we know that in this space, we can make a difference in the lives of so many. And we can help organizations to really fulfill their goals, their strategic missions, and be competitive in this environment. And so we're here tonight to just talk to you, to listen and answer the questions that you might have about our fantastic program. It is 100% online. It's an asynchronous program. We cheat a little bit because we like being in your presence. And so we offer optional hybrid sessions, which we call huddles. And we'll talk a little bit more about them. They're optional, they're not required. But oh boy, do we get such rich conversations and an opportunity to get to know each other as colleagues and friends in this journey. The classes are 8 weeks. And you get the beauty of experiencing an R1 institution. What that means is we're steeped in research, trying to help our theories about leadership, HR, OD, to be more impactful on the practical side and in practice. And so we are just honored to be able to invite you into that learning environment. It's rich because our hunches, our theories, then get tested, and then we can apply them to help our organizations be better. It's an innovative group that we have. We're small but mighty. I think that's the way we probably would describe ourselves. One of the beautiful things is that we're SHRM aligned, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. And the one thing that we want to do is help you. Some of you said, I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do in my dream job. We want to help you decide. We want to help you get in the right place. The beautiful thing about HROD, and I say that together, human resources and org development, is that it's a big umbrella. Within HR, you can do recruitment, talent management, and org development. You can help organizations redesign. Right now, we live in such a volatile and uncertain world. Organizations need to pivot. And we can help them, and we can help you. So welcome tonight. I just wanted to say that as you start the new year, many people started with a New Year's resolution, and I'm going to give this idea and this credit to Dr. Carrick because she's right. I cannot tell you how many Facebook messages I've got about losing weight. I'm starting to take it a little personal. But I think that a better New Year's resolution is about our careers, the impact, and the service that we want to give. And I think that considering going back to school or continuing your education if you're just coming out of your bachelor's program is a good way to start. A New Year's resolution, a resolution to invest in yourself, and an HR program can help you do that. So let's introduce you to our mighty but strong five. Excuse me, Dr. Cumberland is on, and so just give her away. She's one of our associate professors, and her expertise is in the OD realm. Dr. Cumberland helps to design programs. She helps us in being innovative with regard to technology, with also how we improve organizations by evaluating what their current situations are, and then trying to give us ideas about how to improve in those areas. Dr. Brad Shuck, all around, he's in a lot. He has a lot of different initiatives, but he's most well known for engagement. Right. And I think that he's probably our poster child for that. Not only does he engage with our scholars, but he engages with the community and internationally, right, to get our employees, our followers engaged and also belonging, right, in the organization. Dr. Sharon Carrick is also online, and she cannot be described in terms that she has so many gifts and so many talents. And what she brings to us is a practical, but also an administrative and also a very global and institutional look at how all of these pieces of human resources fit together with OD. Then we have, and so these are our full-time tenured faculty. I work with Shane, Dr. Shane Kelly, and we make up our clinical faculty. We teach, we come to the program with expertise in the practice field. So for Dr. Kelly and I, we have sat in some of the seats most practically. We haven't done as much research, although we are researching, but we bring the practice to the organization. And so we have expertise in human resources and org development as well. And we teach alongside of our tenured faculty to make up our strong but mighty five. I want to just give a shout out to, because we also bring in the experts in the field like us practitioners who are doing the work, right? So we have folks who are actually recruiters for executives. We have folks who are strategists and strategic planners. We have folks that have spent some time in leadership and also in global organizations. So here, and I won't go through and read all of them, but these are practitioners, experts in their field who come to us and who teach with you. They want to be a part of your plan and your development. And so this introduces you to some of the people that and I could go through their dossiers and we'd be here all night. But I want you to understand that we get the best to help you be your best. So let's talk a little bit about the program itself. I said earlier that we are aligned with SHRM. We also have a beginning partnership with HRCI. These are two human resource accrediting bodies. They help us to identify ourselves in the field as experts. One of the things that we love is that we're preparing you to walk into the profession ready with the skills, not only the theory, the research, and the practice, but also the credentials that you may need in different areas. Our program is very flexible. It's, again, 100% online. And I think another beauty of our program is that we have a rolling or flexible admissions. Many times when you start a master's program, it's August, and then you have to wait. We say, come when you're ready. Come when you're ready. And so some of you might be ready for a fall one. Most master's programs are 16 weeks long. Ours are 16 weeks, but cut into 2 sessions. So we have a fall one session. In fall one, you can come August 1st or September 1st. And so that fall session, it's when you're ready. In the spring, perhaps you'd rather come in December. You've retired and you think, yes, now I want to start something new. And December is a great time for me to start. So February 1 or December 1. But maybe, your kids are now grown and they're out, they've graduated, and May comes around and you think, well, man, I have the summer. What should I do? You should come to the HROD program because May 1, if you're ready, you can start. 5 different opportunities for you to begin, where in other traditional programs, you have to wait until they're ready. We're ready for you now, so you decide when you want to come. I talked about being SHRM aligned, and that means that our standards are closely aligned with them. We do not guarantee that when you take our program that you will pass the SHRM certification. But I can tell you that many of our scholars have come back to us and said, whoa, that class I took really did help me. And it's about us trying to crystallize the information by talking to each other, by doing practical projects and papers. But we also prepare you through our SHRM student group, which I'll talk about a little bit more. There's no GRE required. That's another thing that sets us apart. Come when you're ready and come with what you have. So we're going to not rely on our standardized testing, but focus on your future by looking at your experience, your former educational training, and your application. This is an accelerated program, so we're not trying to water that down. Come when you're ready, but we want you ready because we dive in. We started class, when was that, Dr. Denise? Tuesday? I don't even know anymore. I don't know what day it is. Last week.
Well, it was Wednesday, but our courses open 2 weeks early, so those early
That's
birds can
right.
get a start.
Those early birds can get a start, and we jump right in. It's 8 weeks. And again, we offer in that 8 weeks huddles that help you to stay on course and on track. There's 30 credits that you need. And so what we'll do then next is talk about what those classes are. I wanted to add this slide because I think it's important when we talk about HROD, and we're always saying HROD, but what does it really mean? What are you going to learn? In the human resource side, we're typically talking about talent acquisition, talent management, learning and development. And these are the many different fields that you can, if you're interested in HR, that you can get involved in. People analytics, also class and comp is not even up there, but there's so many different fields. So how does the OD fit in? Many of the organizations that we work in now may not have a designated HR department. They may not even have a designated OD department, but the work that human resources and organization development do together, and it's the D that's important. It's about developing. We develop people and we help to develop the organization. So there we're talking about in the OD side, culture, leadership, change management, right? Systems and sustainability. How that comes together in our program are all these different topics and skills. But we add to that consulting and coaching. Again, you'll see leadership, compliance, and ethics. All together, that's HROD. And we're really proud of the curriculum and the continuous development of the curriculum that we have in our program. That's what makes us unique, is our HROD approach. We're not about managing people. We're about developing them and helping them to develop their organizations. So what do you study? Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We have some core classes. There are 6 that make up 18 hours of your 30-hour study. The last one is what we call our capstone. That's the one you take by itself the last semester or session of your program. It pulls all together for us the learning in a practical way, in a way that helps you to see how the red thread from one class to the other fits together. You are required to take leadership in HROD, strategic HR, evidence-based research in HROD, adult and organizational learning, and organizational analysis. You do not have to take your required classes in order. You just have to take 616 last. Plus, our core to that are 4 elective classes that you get to choose from. Those additional 12 hours help to make up the 30 that's needed in the program. We've got some wonderful classes for you to choose from too, depending upon what you want to do with your degree. So I think there were a couple of you that said, I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do. You'll meet with your advisor, and your advisor will probably ask you, after they ask you your name, is what do you want to do with this degree? And we help to get you in the courses that best meet that need. So it could be that you're looking at performance management and rewards. You want to look more on the assessment and evaluation. Maybe you want to look at program evaluation, how you can make programs in the organization run more smoothly and to provide the targeted performance needed to help the organization be successful. These are just a few of what we offer. 2 of them are in green because they're kind of like our seasonal offerings. 624 is a global HR class. And I want to say 3 years ago now, we took a group over to Dublin and they studied there for a week. We don't often get the opportunity to study abroad like that, but it is a program that we're working on trying to get back into a regular rotation. 696 is a special topics class. And while I pause to get some water, I want Dr. Cumberland to explain how she used this opportunity to be innovative and creative and spark something really unique in our scholars. Dr. Cumberland.
Well, thank you. So we just had a 3-week winter session. And so this course can be offered at different times, but we just offered it over the holiday season and we had an amazing experience. It was instructional design. The students learned a skill, how to create e-learning so that the person could learn asynchronously in their organization. We had a platform called Rise 360. The students, my evaluations just came back out of a 5. It got a 5.0 for the course, which woohoo! We as professors love a good evaluation, and since I teach program evaluation, and they were very excited because it was something different and it tapped into their creativity. So it was about branding and color scheme, and they became instructional designers for a little company that we made up. So I won't keep going, but we had a lot of fun.
And the beauty of our program is that class sits there for guest instructors who bring in some of the expertise of the time. We look at our current trends. Right now, AI is a current trend that's affecting many different people in the workplace. We look at data analytics. There are so many opportunities that can be filled by that one class. And so we look to hear from you as you evaluate each of our classes. What do you need? What do you want to see? What do you want to learn? And that's an opportunity for us to meet that need. We're excited about what you are seeing in the field, what you're reading about and what you're hearing, and bringing that into our conversations. And so that's what that class can help us to do. So let's talk a little bit about some perks that no other program offers. One is an opportunity for you who are already maybe in an HR field and you've taken the certifications, either SHRM, so you either have a CP or an SCP, or maybe it's with HRCI and you have a PHR or an SPHR certification. You can bring those certifications over with you and it'll count for 2 classes after you've completed a semester with us. You do that early on because the 2 classes are required foundational classes, 605, which is the leadership class, and also 611, which is strategic HR. Those certifications really do say you have that information and that skill and set of knowledge already. So we're happy to transfer those credits over. That means out of our required classes, you've already knocked out 2 of them. And so we encourage you to, if you have those certifications, let us know upon applying, and we can tell you how then to count those in your program. Likewise, if you're in the military and you're in leadership and you have taken the AGCCC course, you also can transfer in that credit for 605 and 611. Right now, you're ahead of the game. And so that's not a feature that's offered in other programs. We offer it here because we value your experience. We value what you've already learned. In our program, you can be done faster. We don't encourage you to load up your classes. We ask that you take 1 class per session. It's 1 in fall 1 class in fall 2, the same in spring, and then 1 in the summer. The reason that we ask you to do that is because we want you to get the information, knowledge, and be able to use it. It needs to sink in. It needs to make sense. It needs to thread together. Already the program is accelerated the way we've designed it. And so trust the process and work with your faculty and your advisor, and you can get done in a year and a half to 2 years in this program. So let's talk about the money. I think it was in, oh gosh, it was a McGuire. What was his name? Show me the money, right? Our tuition. Yeah, show me the money. Our tuition rate that's posted on our website is $8.50 per credit hour. That's for general students. Again, thank you, Dr. Shane. Jerry McGuire. I knew I had the McGuire part right. $250 is for our military active duty. And so there are other fees. So I don't want you to quote me on the exact number. And Dr. Bird Poller said it was $850. There are some other fees that when you apply that they will tell you about. There is financial aid available. And if you are military, there's a process that you go through to get your money to apply it. Some of your organizations may even give you tuition assistance so that you can continue your learning. Those funds can also be applied. So we encourage you that when you apply, ask for the different ways that you can be funded in your studies. There is a high return on the investment here. There's so many of our scholars who've gone on to do just what I asked you to put in there, which is their dream job. They never thought that they were going to get there. And through their hard work and navigating our program, that's what they've realized. Some have decided, I'm going to keep going. And they've gone to get their PhD or their doctorate degree. And so the road is really available for you and where you want to be. We try very hard to connect you with people in the field right now. We bring in guest speakers within our classes, but also through the SHRM student group and in our program in general. The connections are important and they're real. We live in a world where it's always important to know someone. And so we encourage you to get out, go to conferences, present, write papers, and be in the profession and start to make those connections. Again, we do not promise that you're going to pass your certification, but we do prepare you for that. And we encourage you to take it. That credential, along with your degree, will take you far. Will take you far. So, Dr. Linda, what's the next step? Well, remember I told you we have a revolving or flexible entry and enrollment. Our spring 1 has already started. Spring 2 will start February 26th. And so February 1st is coming if you're ready. But if you're not, there are other firsts. And we want you to take that first step by applying. It's going to be really important for you to connect with us, and we'll get you ready for the application. We do have another live session in case you just want to think about it some more, or maybe you want to do like I did when I got my master's at Regent University. I hooked my sister, and before she knew it, she was signing the dotted line. So invite somebody January the 22nd. Who knows? They might stick with you and actually get their master's too. So we ask that you apply and come back to that information session or apply and get started. One of the things that we have, again, that we really push are connections. Our next guest speaker for our speaker series is coming on tomorrow. And so this slide here, if you want to attend, I put down the link. Please join us. It's an opportunity for you to see the caliber of people that we try to bring in to introduce to you. And, who knows what internships or apprenticeships might be available, or even jobs are available. We want to connect you with the world. And then we have another opportunity, and you might think, student chapter, student group. Yeah. As a student, one of the benefits of being in our program is Dr. Kelly and Dr. Hurd lead a group of both undergrad and grad students who are interested in the Society for Human Resources. These folks are lead this group. Our student group is free, but it also gives you access to the National SHRM at a reduced rate. It gives you access to local conferences where there are lots of speakers and opportunities. This is a very important group for you to be in. It also gives you an opportunity for leadership responsibilities. What a great thing to put on your resume that you were the president or you helped to lead the student chapter of SHRM. So I invite you to, when you join this program, to join the student SHRM group. It is free, but what you get from it is unmeasurable. So I'm done. I want to hear from you. What questions do you have? Dr. Carrick, Dr. Cumberland, Dr. Shuck, and we're all here. Dr. Kelly are here to answer your questions. So I'm going to be quiet and let you talk for a second. Rick, what do you want to ask?
Question about the SHRM or other certifications and those two classes. If you apply, but you take that certification sometime before you graduate, would those two classes still be removed, or is it it's only at the time you apply?
At the time you apply, you need to come in with that certification. And we don't actually apply it until after your first successful semester.
Okay, so for me, I guess in my situation, I had planned on taking that here in the next quarter, so I should probably not apply until I'm done.
I think let's ask that question. I think that's a yes. I thought Sarah was on here. She might be able to answer for us, but I'm going to say that's a yes.
Hi, I'm on. So you can apply at any time once you have completed the SHRM certification and you have documentation of that. You would just work with your advisor to get that documentation submitted with a transfer of credit form, and that goes to my office for review and then to the grad school for approval. So if you apply and you're progressing to get that certification, and it'll happen within your first semester, as long as it's done by the time that transfer of credit form is submitted. That's what I need. But I wouldn't recommend that you wait till the end of your program and you have those two classes hanging out. And then, you know, potentially you don't pass, right? So you would just want to get that done sooner rather than later, preferably before you submit your application.
So Sarah, I wanted to piggyback. I think Eugene had a very similar question previously. Held a CP and it has lapsed. Same would apply if he were to do what he needs to reinstate that degree. I mean, that certification would take that same process.
Right. So it would just need to be active and, you know, valid when that transfer of credit form is submitted at the end of your first semester.
Awesome. Thank you for that clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy, what questions do you have for us?
Hello, how are you all?
Great.
Good. So I attended Daymar College back in 2010. And I have a copy of the classes that I took. Are those credits transferable?
I'm watching the UofL webinar that they had on the
Somebody's mic is on.
Oh, hang on.
Okay. Sarah, would you like to take this one as well?
Sorry. So the credits were from 2010?
Yes, and of course, you know, Daymar is not anywhere to be found at this day and age. So, do any of those credits, would they matter, or do they count? Like,
Do
Does
you know were they regionally accredited or nationally accredited?
I want to say national accredited.
Okay, so when transferring credit in, there are a few layers to it. So one is what the program would be willing to accept, and the other is if the grad school will approve what the program is willing to accept. So thus far, the lead department, which is what the HROD program falls under, they haven't been willing to accept previous credits from nationally accredited institutions. The other piece of it is the grad school requires that the courses have been taken in the last 3 years. Now, there's a mechanism where we can request permission for older courses to be applied, but if it's nationally accredited and it's that much older, it would probably be a pretty big ask.
Okay. Okay, got you. Okay.
I
Um, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I also attended Daymar and I am a U of L Bachelor of Science graduate. I just wanted to let you know that they would not accept my college credits from Daymar simply because Daymar lost their accreditation.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So, oh my goodness. So even if let's just say I was to attend JCC, so with the credits that I got from Daymar, it's like I would just basically have to start all over again with everything.
Yes. So I attended Daymar back in 2013 and I then transferred to Gateway
Mhm.
back in 2022 to get my associates and they wouldn't accept any. So I had to completely start over.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
The classes I had already taken at Daymar, I then had to take at Gateway and obtain those credits through them because they said that Daymar lost their accreditation and was no longer recognized as a school in general. So they wouldn't recognize the credits.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay.
I'm so sorry, but
Yeah.
I'm glad. Thank you,
Okay.
Maisha, for clarifying and being able to give her that background. Thank you
Thank,
also, Sarah.
Of course.
thank you.
Tammy, what would you like to ask?
Oh no, my hand was still up, but I'm good though.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're fine. Okay, Sarah.
Hi, I just have hopefully a quick question. Active duty military here. Um, if we start the program sooner rather than later, hopefully, and we are moving to sea duty and have a deployment come up, is there any problems with pausing the program while we don't have connectivity on the ship, that type of thing? How does that work?
I'll start the answer, Sarah, and or anybody else can jump in. We have such a respect for what you all do in the military. We're willing to work with you. We've had folks who've had to do some very special operations, and we're going to be in places that didn't have access. You work with your instructor at the time. And if it's that you need to pause it longer than what the class is, we work with our Student Success Center, Sarah, who's on board here, and we work with you. It may mean that you pause for that next session or the session you're in and you come back, but Sarah and her team help you to exit in a way that allows you to re-enter. There may be some forms that you have to fill out upon re-entering, but we'll certainly welcome you back. We've had a couple of those happen even this term.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sarah, did you want to add anything to that?
That's absolutely correct. So I apologize for not introducing myself. I'm Sarah Schubel. I'm the Director of Graduate Student Success at the College of Education and Human Development at UofL. So my office works with you from your point of admission while you're in your program. We help to facilitate anything that's unusual or outside of the norm. So if you're trying to transfer in credit or if you need to withdraw from a class or if you have something unusual happen where we do need additional forms or permission from the university at large, our office helps to facilitate that and kind of advise on what your next steps are. So if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. If you need to pause the program, that's fine. Depending on the length of time for the pause that you're taking, that will tell me what your next steps are going to be. And if we need to do something before you leave, or if you're just stepping out for a semester or two, then what forms you need to fill out to kind of return and re-enroll and be reactivated as a student. So you have to be continuously enrolled to keep that activation as a student up. If there's a break in that continuous enrollment, we can help facilitate you re-entering as long as you're still within the timeline required by the university to complete your degree.
I'm sorry, what is the timeline? Just out of curiosity.
Sure. So if you have been enrolled within the last 2 years, so say you stepped out in fall of 24 and you're trying to reenter in summer of 26, all you would need to do is fill out a form with the registrar's office to re-enroll, and then they ask my office if it's okay. We take a look at your most recent enrollment to make sure you were in good standing, and then we confirm approval or not with them. If it's longer than 2 years, you actually have to apply for readmission and you have to go through the application process again. We may need updated recommendations or an updated resume, depending on the amount of time
Sure.
that it's been. But we really urge you to return before that point because we don't want you to be out another application fee.
Right.
And then the grad school likes to see you complete a master's degree within 6 years from your starting point. If it's longer than 6 years, we do have a form where we can request permission for you to go over that 6-year mark. But for the most part, you need to complete a master's degree within a 6-year timeline from your start date.
Amazing. Longest deployment I've dealt with was 10 months, so I think we'll be all right. But I wanted to
Good.
check. Thank you.
Good.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Hannah, what would you like to ask?
Hello, good evening. How large on average are the online classes, and are the advisors active with their classes, with their students?
So yes, I'm gonna actually let some of our other faculty answer this. We all advise and we are all teaching. So our class sizes vary. Around 25 is what we like to keep it at so that we're able to get to know you, but I'll let them talk to you about advising. Our styles are different, but our mission and our heart and passion are the same.
I'm happy to jump in, but I am by no means the expert on this. If you happen to get Dr. Linda, Dr. Cumberland, Dr. Carrick, Dr. Kelly, you guys win the jackpot. If you get me, it's just kind of like you see what you get. Yeah, right. So I would say our classes, we really fight for our classes to be between 25 and 30 students. Part of that is we can really connect with you at that point and do one-on-ones. So if you have a question, you have a need, we can really field those emails really, really quickly. The advising is my style, and I'll let others talk about it. I'm here for you when you need me. We'll connect at the beginning. We'll make sure you're on point. You have all the paperwork filled out. Everything is good to go. But then as things come up or you have questions about, all right, what do I want to do with this class? Or what about this project? Or how do I connect with the Career Center? That's kind of where I can come in and help guide and shape. And I met with a student earlier today to talk about, all right, you're at the end of your program. What do you want to do? And she wants to go on and get a PhD. And we talked about that, just spending kind of quality time, kind of digging in. That high touch, high relationship for us is really important. And I think it's a hallmark of our program, really. And everybody on here, faculty wise, including our partner faculty, really sold out to that idea of, I want to be here for you to connect and make sure that you get the best experience possible and you get everything out of this degree that we can while you're with us. But we have some amazing advisors here on the call today.
Dr. Shane or Dr. Denise or Dr. Sherrick, would you like to talk about your approach?
No, I would second what Dr. Shuck said. I often tell my students, if you don't hear from me within 24 to 48 hours, you're calling the special forces because something's wrong. So whenever you need me, I'm there for you. So the advising portion, I think it's one of our strong points. I'll say that.
Yeah, and ditto, I have to say, I play a dual role, and not that anybody cares, but I'm an assistant vice president at the universities for the Digital Transformation Center. So sometimes mine might be 30 hours, 24 and plus 6 hours. But my team here,
Yeah.
Linda, Brad, Shane, they see if I, am out or whatever, we pass it on, and it's very helpful to support, whatever, to get a timely answer. Thanks.
Yeah, I think when you hear online program, you hear super disconnected, like you're out on your own, doing your own thing, hope it works out for you. That is not the experience you get here at the University of Louisville at all. We're reaching out to you, we're connecting, we're making sure you have what you need, and then we're reciprocating that back as you send emails. And even though Sharon or Dr. Carrick sits in the president's office, she will respond to your emails. And I think that's incredible, right? Like all of us here are just so sold out to making sure that you have what you need, the tools that you need to be successful here in the program.
Thank you.
I think it's also important to know that we all have different personalities, and we're not offended or hurt if you decide that you need something else, right? And so we work together as a team, and if you need to ask for another advisor, we want you to be in a place where you can be successful. We want you to feel as though you belong here and that you can be successful. So we don't ever want you to feel trapped in that way. We're all going to talk together and help you out. We're going to pool our resources. For us, the most important thing is that you be successful. So if you hear nothing else tonight, please make sure you hear that. Any other questions? These are great questions. Yes, Sarah, what would you like to ask?
Sorry, I feel like I'm full of them tonight. So you mentioned that the application deadline for the spring semester is February 1st, but that the classes didn't start until the end of the month. Was that correct?
Our second, we call it Spring 2, is going to start February the 26th.
Okay,
Correct.
that is what I needed. Thank you.
Sure.
Right. And I'll just jump in on that. Sorry. Yes, the deadline is February 1st for a session 2 start, but our office will work with you. If you get your application submitted, but you're still waiting on a transcript to come in, or you're waiting to hear back from a recommender, our office will still work with you and try to process your application right up to the start of classes. So we'll continue to work that application if it's been submitted, even if not all the items are in yet for an admission decision.
I think someone asked in the chat too, if they apply now, but they don't want to start until another session, like if they apply now, they don't want to start till May, can that happen? I would say yes, get your application in as soon as possible, and we work with you to determine when's your best start date. So don't wait. Go ahead and get your application in as soon as possible.
Correct. And you do have the options to defer your application. So if you plan to start this spring, but you're just not able to pull it together in time for that late February start, there's a form you can fill out on your application portal where you can request to defer your start date, and they'll switch you to a summer start or a fall start up to a year out from your original intended start date.
Right. So Shonda, to answer your question, I think that for some of the unique circumstances that we've talked about tonight, it might be best to have a sidebar conversation with Sarah and or myself. I think that starting with the Student Success Center may be the best option because they can tell you about the full admission process. I'm going to be able to tell you about what happens when you get in and what courses that you might want to take. But I'm certainly available to help you navigate because if there's a way for you to join us, we absolutely want to figure that out. Okay, so I have some homework for the for our faculty that are on here. I want you to think for a second about the thing that you most want our audience to walk away with while they're thinking about that. So I want them to tell you that while they're thinking about that, if those of you that are here tonight and you have visited with us, if you could just let us know how you heard about our information session. It's really important. We communicate lots of different ways, and we think that the one way is the best way. But we'd love to know, was it LinkedIn? Was it someone that gave you, the push to come? What was it that helped you to decide to come tonight? So while you're putting that in the chat, which of our faculty would like to go first?
I'll take a stab at it to keep us moving. You had wanted to know what we want to get across, and I think it's
Yes.
passionate. We are passionate about your success. That doesn't mean we won't challenge you. Our classes are robust, but I'm on the phone with students. Today was a blast. We'll brainstorm with you. We are here to help you grow and learn, and we want you to succeed. And we have a blast being part of your lives and hopefully sticking with us for a long time. Some of our students still stay in touch, which is absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
I'll go next. I'm happy to go. Oh, I saw Dr. Carrick. Dr. Carrick, go, and I'll go after you.
Well, I just want to say, all of us have worked as executives in industry for a number of years like I won't mention our ages, but me probably the oldest. But anyway, so we've been executives and C-level leaders for a long time, and then also in this program. And so I want to really emphasize, what we're passionate about is the connections. And again, some of us have different roles in that, more like Dr. Cumberland's more research focus, is where probably Dr. Shuck and Shane and I are in a different realm, and Linda you can LinkedIn with us now and see who we connect with. But I want to really emphasize that that's a big part of the program. And I teach the capstone, and those are real life projects. And even if you don't have a real life project, I'll find you one. I just want to give a quick example. And we do this all the time, but a quick example was this last year we had a military person that was going to retire out of the military, and they were going to move back to Texas. And so they wanted to be connected with the SHRM chapter there. So I reached out to the SHRM chapter there to see if there was a project that he could work on for their chapter that was related to program evaluation or, some of the classes that we taught. So very long story short, so that gave him all the connections, and he had not even moved to Texas yet. And he sent us the nicest note, not just me, everyone on the team, saying how much that helped him. And that's just one story to brag about. I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to say these real life and the practitioners, that's why, again, those are all senior people that we've vetted that, and I don't mean senior just age. They have a lot of experience, and that leads in Dr. Shuck. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Carrick, you hit the nail on the head with that. We've all kind of been there and done that, right? So we have faculty in our program. I think some programs have faculty who go like kindergarten to PhD, and then they come into a university. And every one of us here have worked in corporate. I spent several years at Norwegian Cruise Line in corporate HR. I loved my time there. If I lived in Miami still, I'd still be working for the company. It was it was an amazing opportunity, great product, and an incredible team that I worked on. I think what I would want you to know is like you belong here, and you hear University of Louisville, Research One, big program. but we're waiting for you. Like we're inviting you to come in, and you belong here in this program. And we cannot wait to see your application, to process, make sure your mission stuff gets through okay, to make sure that you're in the classes that you need. When you connect with your advisor, that high touch, high relationship is really, really important for us. And I think that's evidenced by like all 5 core faculty are here tonight, on a Monday night at 6:45 p.m. Eastern time. But that's because we're so sold out to the program. Like it's really, really important for us. We just can't wait to see you here, honestly.
We get everybody? All right. Well, I see that I need to add Sarah and Veronica to my PowerPoint slide deck because they are vital to your success here. And I was remiss in doing that. So Sarah, thank you. I want to just say we certainly can't do what we do without you and Veronica. And so we just want to say thank you for coming and being here tonight. And to each of you who took the time out of your busy day to hear from us and to engage with us, we thank you. We thank you so much for coming. And I really appreciate all of those of you who I've called and texted and emailed that are here tonight. That those of you that visited our websites, those of you that have responded. I love the chat GPT. I'm going to tell you that just made my night. However you got here, we thank you, but we want to just let you know we can help you get there. Wherever there is for you, I think the HROD program is a good place to start. If you have questions, if you have additional information you want to reach out, I put down here my contact information, but you can also go to the HROD link, and I should have put that on there for you, but it's easy to Google. HROD MS program at UofL, and it'll take you to any of our pages where you can reach out to us, and also to our Student Success Center. We're here for you, and we want to answer the questions that you have to get you on your new start. Remember, you can come here and start when you're ready, okay? All right. Thank you all so much for coming, and have a great evening.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.